Hello, you're watching Coding with Anthony, and today I'm going to show you how to program the 3x plus 1 problem, also called the Coolatz Conjecture. I saw this video today, it was really interesting, and I'm going to program this into JavaScript and show you how to make a calculator that will display all the numbers throughout the problem and give you a solution. Tell you how many times that it took to get to the number 1. So basically, the Collatz conjecture is a mathematical problem where if you submit an even number, you divide it by 2, and then if that answer is odd, you divide it, you multiply it by 3 and add 1. And no matter what number you put in, the final number in the sequence is always the number 1, but all the other numbers are seemingly random up until close to that point. It's just the last numbers are always 4, 2, and then 1 with larger numbers. So I'm going to create the program, and you'll get to see how we do this. So, okay, let's start by creating an HTML document. Oops. Okay, we'll create the header, title, the Coolatz Conjecture. Make sure I spelled that right. I don't want to dishonor anyone's memory. Collatz Conjecture. Yep, that's right. Okay. And we're going to make a body. And in the body, there's just going to be a div to hold our output. Okay, now we're going to add an HTML script, JavaScript area to our HTML file. So we'll just create a script here, create some spaces, and the first thing we want to do is ask the user for a number. Alright, we want a counter, so for each time it goes through, each time it performs a math function, it'll count. And then we need a number list that's going to store all the numbers into an array, and we'll leave it empty so we could add to that array. And the number list will hold each number that it's equal, the value is equal to throughout the sequence. So while number is not equal to 1, because if you'll remember, we want it to count until it reaches 1. So while the number is not 1, we will do if num modulus 2 equals 0. So that means if it's an even number, whenever you do an even number, you divide the number by 2. When it's odd, you do 3 times the number plus 1. So else, and then num equals 3 times num plus 1. And then we're going to want to add the current value into the array. So num list counter equals num. So that means the current point in the array, it'll add the number to it, and then we got to do a counter plus plus, which increments the counter by 1. Okay. Alright. So now we're going to create a variable that stores the value in the ID output. Turn it. And then we're going to do a for loop to go through each number in the number list. And we're going to go through the length of the num list, and then we're going to increment it by 1, and then result. Now we're going to set our results to hold the number from the num list. This allows us to add each number to the HTML of the page. And we're going to access where it's at in the array. So plus, and for formatting purposes we'll throw in a comma. Okay, and then we're going to alert the counter. Okay, so let's save this here, drag it over here, and it says okay, so let's try the number 27. Okay, there's something funky here. Didn't work. Let's see where I went wrong. Let's see, I think the ID, I think that's a problem. That's supposed to be ID, not class. Alright. So if we run the number, let's do so 8192. From that video I saw some things. 8192 is 2 to the 13th power, and it goes through it 13 times, and it comes out with a perfect, I don't know what you call that, perfect squares all the way down to 1, and it shows you the values. Now in the video I saw one issue. If you type in the number 27, it's actually 111 times is what the program's saying. So as you can see, we come up with all these different numbers here. It tells you every number that it sequenced throughout the whole thing, but it always ends in this 421. So let's try a big number, 457, and if we go to the bottom, as you can see, we got the same thing, 421. You try all different kinds of things. 162 attempts, and ends in 421. It took 6 tries from 10, but it always ends in 1 every time you do this. So I hope this video was helpful. I mean, as far as was entertaining, and you were able to learn something new about programming, and also about this Coolatz Conjecture, or the 3x+1. I just found it interesting, and it seemed like it would be a good idea to make a program to try it out. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.